seems like nothing. Jensen is just too pretty. Oh, just gorgeous. Oh, yeah. I had sisters who watched a lot of Supernatural, and by extension, I too watched a decent amount of Supernatural. And definitely just a ball of charisma, that Jensen Ackles. Ball of charisma. And smart, too. Maybe. I don't know anything about him. Don't know why that's the avenue my brain went. But let's try this again. I bring in my Sojibo. It's better than yours. Better than yours, I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. Let's get some blasts off. Okay, that's a brilliant start. Now how do I bring it all home here, folks? Oh my gosh, I could see this going downhill from here, which I hate to admit. Okay, javelins. 2% chance to hit because you're repelling missiles, you son of a gun. Screw it. Condenser vein, I need you. Help me, condenser vein, you're my only hope. Hey, there we go. Way more effort than it should have been, but we got there in the end. Not too shabby. Even against the Storm Dragon, Stormbow is still pretty amazing. Praise be to evocations for sure, Rubbery Chicken. I can definitely second that. And see, even the regular burb's not a huge deal. It's only big burbs and literally any Spriggan that completely ruined my day. Seems way too handsome. Again, cannot agree with that more. That's why it's so funny to me watching him play an ass. At least to the point that I've seen it. Maybe there's a redemption arc coming up there, but it's hard to say so with, you know, how he treats people, women, basically, anyone that isn't him. For your only streak run, abandoning Gozag played a very important role. People feel it in the midst of Berserk and Hydras was triple resistance to hubris. Fair enough. Sounds terrifying to say the least, but okie dokie, we are cleared all the way down to the entrance to Zot. Where do we want to go for rune number 3? This is a character that might actually be okay heading to the Abyss. I hate the new Abyss, so I don't really want to. And in fact, now that I've said it out loud, I think I've already changed my mind, and I think we're gonna go to Slime, folks. Abyss without any experience just it's kind of painful. Like, it's not necessarily impossible or too hard to deal with, but it is a real pain in the butt, and you never know how it's gonna go. It doesn't have the consistency that I'm looking for in my 3rd rune, so I think Slime might be the way for us to go here. Jensen was the number 2 choice to play to Captain America, so him playing SV is kind of poetic justice. That's really funny. That makes sense. He has a similar charisma to Chris Evans, because Chris Evans also gorgeous man with just a ridiculous oozing amount of charisma. So I feel like they both could have done well with Captain America, and Soldier Boy basically is the real version of Captain America. Hello, my slime friends. Bunch of golden eyes. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm actually just gonna let these sons of guns come to me here real quick, and that should be enough. Fantastic. Even with Stormform, who is still resistance to hubris, and that's saying something with the praises you sing for Stormform, Colgate. Truly a wonder there. I feel like now that I've thought a bit more about coming into Slime here, it also really works out nicely with our current sets of resistances, because we would have dealt with a lot of negative energy flinging enemies if we had gone to the Abyss, but Slime not so much. We have the cold resistance, we have, you know, physical resistance to an okay amount, not as well as I would like, but let's be realistic here and, you know, baby goals, baby steps. So I feel like it has turned out to be a fairly decent option for us, as I have to forcibly pick up all this garbage that we left lying around here in the slime. Not too shabby. And you, my friend, because I don't want to retrieve arrows again, can just come right up in person. Perfect. Okie dokie. What? Excuse me? Like, I understand I got shafted, but I was on stairs. Can that happen? I guess a teleport trap can be on a stairs, so why can't a pit trap? Does make a certain amount of sense when I phrase it to myself that way, but geez Louise. None of that. We have resistance to corrosion. Of course we have. You wouldn't be that reckless. Not this time, no. For once, your belief in me is well placed. I'm not running around with a vulnerability to fire ring ready to get murdered this time around. So no, fortunately, yeah, we have pretty solid resistances across the board when it comes to slime enemies, so I'm feeling pretty solid about our chances of success. And you know what? I'm okay with losing a few arrows into the abyss there. Perfect. I do kind of... Oh my gosh. This pit trap. This is a bit of a nightmare playing out. I guess we can kind of work our way along. Oh geez. Hello, friends. My idea is that on our way up, we'll have to make it back to our other stairwell over here. We could find a different stairwell, but then you're just playing the same gambit on the next floor. So if we find one on the way, don't get me wrong, we'll check it out and see if it's closer. But that aside, we're just gonna have to hope for the best, I guess. Oh, and it's not... Chances are not good. You know what? Let's find an upstairs down on this floor instead then, shall we? There's a downstairs. That's something. But just keep trucking for now, I guess. Quicksilver. Hello, my friend. Hey, there she is. Okay. Oh, and this one's right next to another stairwell. Isn't that just lovely? And start slashing at you. Why are you not mutating me? Hey, what's up with that? Why am I getting so weirdly lucky? Huh. How about that? Well, regardless, I'll take it. Oh, is that another one? Okay, this is the one that now gives us... Yep, I was gonna say, like... inability to read scrolls, healing potions do nothing, just everything all at once. But hey, that's not too bad. Just one measure of shouting uncontrollably. Just sounds like we're excited to be here, really. But that should be just fine and dandy. We'll, of course, murder everyone here. Do have to be slightly cautious. We know now that we'll probably wake up Mama Slime. Or really, rental unit slime, pretty dang quickly. Ooh, but stairs right here, don't mind if I do. I'm gonna yell on the stairs just to cut off any incoming enemies at the pass, make sure that they don't come and block off our escape route for when things get all topsy-turvy down below. And that is fantastic. Stormbow is gonna be really good against the royal jelly and all the spawns as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Is there anything else I need? I have lots of immolation. Guess it's time to just go nuts. Get a little wacky and wild. Let's see how she goes, shall we? So usual plan. Block off these. Ooh, that is a nice corridor right there. You don't see that very often. Can mirror the royal jelly for fun times? Oh, I probably will. I don't know. On this character, I'm less tempted than normal because I would pretty much do that every time normally. Basically any unique, regardless of whether it actually makes sense or not, I will generally find myself throwing out the Phantom Mirror just because I do love the zaniness of watching enemies murder themselves, even if that's just another version of themselves doing the honors. Okay. As all these sons of guns come at us, I do need to make it back to A stairs, Because that's the one thing about Formicid and slime. Normally, one of my methods of survival here is that when things get too hairy, you teleport, and that leaves you in a much better position. Today, we don't have that option available to us, so we're going to have to be slightly more careful to not get caught too far out and about, as it were. And we definitely go straight for the brain. Go straight for the brain. Should have aimed for the head. Perfect. There we go. It gives us another out here. There's turn all turn slime 5 that allows the friendly solution. Do you have something against Gozeg Colgate? You seem pretty dead set on us banging it. Of course, kid, but I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, because as much as I like to kid about greed is good and how much I love Gozeg, I probably don't really fall that direction too much in reality. Greed is generally not the best if we're being honest with ourselves, but in video game, very good. Very, very good. Brain use summoning scroll. Right? It seemed like a lot there real quick, but I think it's just an effect of where their spell does take... It just gets a certain amount of hit dice for creatures in the area, right? So... Turns out, that's a lot of baby slimes to get that hit dice quota all sorted. Okie dokie. I think this is going to be our avenue. I guess the issue there is there's no out, which I don't love. It's probably a bit of a prerequisite for us. I mean, don't get me wrong, we could run this whole distance, but I don't know how I feel about that. That seems like a dangerous game to play, to say the least. Well, I'll be. Step on alarm and they come to us. This is true. It's not too far from the stairs. I was thinking of running up for a scroll of noise even. You think I overthink the royal jelly too much? Well, that's just because if that is the case, then I really don't want to die to the royal jelly. But let's do it. Alarm trap me. Bring out the arrows. Of course, I immediately get corroded. Fantastic. And where are you at, Royal Jelly? What you doing? Always risky, but you love for Zot 5 and noise is the safer option. Yeah, probably would have been, but hey. I'm feeling you here. I think we'll be just fine at the end of the day. Where the heck are you, Royal Jelly, though? Hey, there they are. The guest of honor. I want to get a few slimes out of you. 89% chance to hit is fairly good. Scroll of Immolation. Let's do it. You know what? This might get out of hand very quick. I kind of want to save Condenser Vein for when we're surrounded. I have Fire, Corrosion, and RC. What could possibly go wrong? That's the spirit. I mean, sure, there's all this, this corrosion and all that, but when has that ever been a problem for us, right? Okay, that's decent damage to our royal friend. Oh gosh, pushed off the stairs. That's not great. I think it's time for Condenser Vein. Oh, Lightning Clouds is huge. Even these sons of guns? No, you're resistant to electricity. Of course you are. My bad, my bad. I'm guessing if I dig into slime walls, it probably is all slime floor, right? That makes a certain amount of sense. I'm also probably going to get pushed into my own thunder clouds. Well, how's that for getting hoisted by your own petard? Let's take a second here to think about what we're doing. It is all slime floor. I was afraid that might be the case. As long as there's a wall adjacent, it'll be slime. So what you're saying is if I dig out a 3-wide corridor, zigzag in my way, big brain move. It gets you absolutely slaughtered. Okay. So this is normally where I would just like read a teleport and murder the royal jelly, get sent somewhere else on the level, and feel pretty good about myself. As is, I think I kind of have to step through my own thundercloud, which is scary. Okay, does this kill royal jelly? No. Oh, and you kids are fast, hey? I seem to always forget that. Well, in that case, I think I still need to kill you. There we go. Royal jelly down for the count. I need to get it so I'm being pushed a slightly more advantageous direction, and then I think I will just read a summoning scroll here real quick. And let's try and thin the herd, shall we? Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Well, potion petition should get us a heal wounds. It almost did not. Resistance, I mean, it's an expensive heal wounds, but I'll take it because I need something. Especially with my own flames going off here. That was a sad summoning scrolling through slimes, right? I was expecting a little bit more out of it, but hey. It is what it is at the end of the day. I guess thermic engine is not great against you. Oh, you know, you don't do great against cold, so there is that. But maybe I go with the silver javelins. Because I do just need to murder you kiddos as quickly as possible. And thank you, Gozeg, for the distraction. It's nice to know we have a deity on our side, and that should be just about the whole dealio. In fact, let's swap back to our regular arrows, not accidentally mulch all of our silver javelins, my bad. Not too shabby. In fact, let's get rid of those exclusions, shall we? And this should be a wonderful little breeze through here. Tin of Tremor Stones. I would like Box of Beasts here as well. Don't mind if I do. What can I get rid of? I guess we no longer need just standard protection from fire rings. We've gone a little bit better over time in that regard. What else? What else? I guess that's pretty much it. Kind of like, oh, Scrolls of Amnesia. Get the heck out of here. Just clogging up the old inventory slots, but there we have it. Not too shabby. Let's see. Amulet of Guardian Spirit. Don't need that. Cloak of Poison Resistance. I'm just wearing a standard cloak. Sure. Don't need it, but looks kind of neat. More Ice Blast is wonderful. Ooh, Demon Blade Leech. Huh. Decent damage. We already have some training in this direction. It's kind of fun. I didn't realize it had harm on it now, so I might have changed my mind immediately. Boomerang's not worth now that Bo is online. I think you might have a point there for sure. We'll see if we need to drop anything else. That will be the one to go. Oh, I never picked up my stuff after the bazaar. Oh, what else did I leave there? There was something I did want back. But okay, I think we might need the extra inventory slots. So, boomerangs have got to go. Oh, maybe not silver ones. Silver's always better. Throwing weapons do have better scaling for sure, but that would require me to throw some more training in that department, which don't get me wrong, I still might do before the end of the run here. But the bow is doing some good work for us, to say the least. They're like ranged unarmed combat, very much so. I like that comparison. So no, it's something that if we want to dump experience, it's a good place for it. But again, I'm not too worried one way or another. And there we have it. We're 3 runes deep. I don't have quite as much money as I would usually like for going into Zot. I guess we could still go there, see how far it takes us. Specifically, we can even just see how far one bribe takes us. And then try and collect money from there. Let's see, what else do we have to do? We can go to Crypt. We still have Elf 3 if we so desire. Elf 3 probably has a decent amount of money there. Except for stones are hard-coded to suck or something. Well, to be fair, that's like using a dagger the entire game. Like, also problematic in many ways. Technically possible, probably. In fact, there's a fun challenge run for you. Stones only. You can only throw stones the entire run. Probably literally impossible. But if you did it, if you managed, and maybe you throw in some caveats, like just no other weapons. You can use evocables. No other spells, obviously, that would kind of have to be in there as well. Did we do depths? We did save it. Yeah. So there's not a heck of a lot more for us to do, which is Elf 3 Crypt if we really want more money or experience. Mostly the money in this case. I'm going to give myself a moment to think about it as I run and grab a refill for my drink. So don't go anywhere, but when I get back, right away, we will decide what the heck it is we're doing with life, because we're on the cusp, and you definitely don't want to throw it away now. You only get one shot, one opportunity, and to mix in a little bit of musical theater, I'm not throwing away my shot. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see you in just a sec. That's just stuck in my head for the rest of the evening. Not throwing away my shot. Not throwing away my shot. Yeah, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Okay. Well, I did no thinking because I was just running the lyrics to the Hamilton song in my head the entire time. Okie dokie, what the heck do I want to do here? Maybe I will try the first little bit of Zot. I guess we have 2 levels to go. I'm all over the place. We're doing Crypt instead. Plot twist. Crypt it is. Crypt is a decent spot for both treasure and money, so I like that. Elf 3 probably would be fairly safe for Rubbery. I agree with that as well. So let's see. If this terrifies me, we'll immediately head back. Oh, wait a second. At the very least, I should, be wearing my resistance to negativity down here. That seems smart. You're also resistant to electricity. Do you know what? Nah. Elf 3 it is. Perfect. Just as we drew it up. Let's head on over, shall we? 30 AC isn't bad. I wish we had a bit more shielding. I guess, speaking of, let's do a quick search. Any good tower shields? No, just garbage tower shields, hey? That's a shame, especially since our shield is what's giving us this fire resistance that I like so much. Guess reflection is more shielding value. That's interesting. Right now I'm wearing all artifacts except for my cloak. So these scrolls of enchant armor are kind of just burning a hole in my pocket. I was hoping to use them on a reflection tower shield. That was kind of the dream scenario, but it's not looking super likely now. I should probably just enchant the cloak, right? Like resist poison cloak, kind of trashed here. There are a lot that I'd rather take. I guess most of them are kind of useless for us, like preservation, don't need it. Scarf of resistance, don't really need. Scarf of harm, too scary for me. Let's do it. It's only like 1, right? Yeah, I only can pop 1 on there, might as well. We still have the 10 for if by some miracle I somehow find gold dragon scales. They can't drop from enemies because unfortunately that's just piles of money for us, but still could see some work. And okay, this is what it's all about, the hallway, baby. Oh, me versus the Master Archer. Get absolutely stomped on. I'm worried it's not always going to go that smoothly, but for the time being, get absolutely stomped on. Heck yeah, brother. No damnation, please. Perfect. Or how good are you at dodging my arrows? Okay, still surprisingly well. Honestly, that Our Poison Cloak might free up the Our Poison Ring to be something else. Kind of. It is giving us willpower, which we don't have to be at 4 pips of willpower. We could go down to 1. You have a point there for sure. In fact, let's double check that we haven't tipped over in natural leveling willpower. No, it doesn't look like it. So that could be switching for this ring, I guess, to give us the negativity resistance. Some positive vibes for a change. I mean, I should just be using that here for sure, because everything is good enough, or 3 pips of willpower is good enough for everything that we find here. I can get behind that. 55% chance to evade the Arc Blade. That's good enough for me. And my Annihilator friends. Hello, hello. Everyone could once again come step right up, form an orderly queue here in the hallway of death. Don't worry, there's plenty of murderous intent to go around. Just wait your turn, and I'm sure we can be right with you. And that will be enough. That will be ideal even. Perfect. Oh, Stormbow, how I love you. Wow, and the regular archer almost doing more work than the master archers. I think that you need to rework your grading system here in Elf, folks, because those master archers kind of trashed here, if we're being honest. I hope that I don't immediately live to regret those words. I probably will, but I'm sure it will be fine. It'll be fine, right? No longer need bolts. Definitely just leave those by the wayside. The obsidian axe. Oh, in another lifetime, my friend. Another lifetime, I don't think I could say no, if I'm being honest with you. But for now, that seems kind of wildly reckless. Don't know how I feel about my odds in that regard. But there we go. That's the money pile that I was looking for. Absolutely fantastic. Protection from cold ring. No. File of floods, though. On the other hand, how about that file of floods, though? Oh my gosh. So wait, this run had both the Cloak of the Thief and the Cloak of Folly? Am I remembering that right? Was that this character? Oh my gosh, we have all the fancy cloaks available to us. I don't know if I'm willing to go for it whatsoever, but it's kind of fun. Amnesia scrolls can finally be officially ignored. And there we go. Decent little chunk of change, to say the least. I think we made like 1,000 gold coming down here, and it really was no water off the duck's back, all things considered. Generally, I like to have 12,000. That's like the good number to go into Zot with. I think 8 to 9 is where you can kind of make enough money while traversing Zot that you can kind of drive your way through the whole place, but it's not ideal still. It's not ideal. And we do kind of have to switch over weapons, I feel. This is awesome, but we're about to have a bunch of friends with bribing, so Arcblade unfortunately might have to go. Stormbow can kind of fill in the gaps, but might be a thermic engine kind of jam, you know what I mean? It is a +2 double sword. That's just to start off. I think I can work with that. Let's see, if I hit S on you, we're at 19 to start off. Let's get fighting just on the back burner here. We need to go up to 16. And do we just have Crypt left? I think we just have Crypt left. It's too bad Abyss doesn't give experience, eh? Well, we at the very least can and do have that full negative resistance now, so that's something. I think we're gonna go check it out. Again, just dip our toes in the water one more time here. And try and get a bit more experience before we head over to Zot. Fortunately, in Zot, we'd gain experience pretty dang quickly. But I do think that this might be kind of nice. Oh me, oh my. You are a pain in the butt. 52 health. I guess one of acid is probably the right way to go about this. Oh, especially with you. Oof. That's a lot of damage. This could go poorly very quickly. Okay, I need one of these to do good amounts of damage. Holy crud. Let's go for a heal wounds. And I guess I'm wasting all my acid charges on this one cursed skull. Hopefully there isn't another one waiting for me around the corner down there. Otherwise, I'm gonna kind of look the fool for the expenditure of resources. But again, ideally, no dice. Dig down and reset the fight. Now that would have been the smarter move, I feel. If I died there, I would have very much been embarrassed to see your suggestion after the fact, because that's definitely the smart way to go about it. Aha. So you're saying there's another one. Can I even dig through green walls? No, but I think Rubbery Chicken was talking about this shaft self ability. Because once we get out of here, we're pretty safe, which is pretty sick. We've already cleared the floors below us, so we know that it's a fairly safe bet, regardless. I was kind of hoping to just take, like, one of you... Specifically, one of these Phantasmal Warriors to follow me to the stairs, or just the Cursed Skull. As is, I think, again, I'm just going to leave, and... Yeah, do I just not take down Crypt, I guess? This is pretty rough. I have one more acid charge left. I do have Condenser Vein, and could kind of just cross my fingers and hope for... It would have to be Acid Clouds, right? That's pretty much it. That's it. That's all that would be any good to me. I mean, I guess everything else still does some amount of damage, so it's not the end of the world, but not great. Let's get the heck out of here real quick. So is it worth it at all? I think I'm better off heading to Zot for the time being and just seeing if I need the extra money and cash flow. Yep, I think that's it. So let's do a quick check, though, for longbows. I needed to see, is it one word or two words? It is one word because it didn't show up there. Longbow, take it away. Wow, really? No enchanted longbows on the whole run? Well, I guess we're going to work real quick. 202 is fortunately fairly cheap. So we'll grab this, and I just wanted a spare bow in case we're against like a lightning golem. I feel like it might be nice to have an option at our disposal. +2 bow of freezing? Sure. That's good enough for me. And now, what can I drop? At the end of days here. Old poison resist ring. This old thing. I'd like to kind of keep this in case we get too drained of intelligence. That could keep us from going... I forget what the flavor text is there. Is it just brain dead? Is it brainless? I don't remember really, but regardless, do I drop? I guess we can drop the Brilliance Potion for now. Attraction, I feel like I'll never actually use. That's something that I always just lug around for no real reason whatsoever. Let's go with Vulnerability. Get rid of those. As much as I tell myself that there might be some niche case where I could use it. In the wiki, it is brainless. Nice, thanks for the confirmation there. Let's do it. We'll never use Zoms. I think you're right on that count, Safid, but again, what if I find a situation where all of a sudden I do want it? How terrible would that be? Okay, let's get this magically mapped real quick. Like, that seems like a really small floor 1 here. No? Maybe I fight floor 1. fact, you, my friend, we'll just bring upstairs real quick. Perfect. I think we're gonna fight floor 1, and then below that, we're gonna try to bribe our way through. Using the most powerful card in the game, the credit card. And give it a moment as I just fire a ridiculous onslaught of arrows into this dragon. Moths of Wrath, truly a pain in the rear. Oh, hey, lightning golem, what fun. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, let's bring you upstairs. Definitely need to kill you, like pronto. Perfect. What do I do with you, my friend? Decent evasion, a lot of health, immune to electricity. Still have a +8 bow, don't get me wrong. You've never seen it, rubber chicken. You've only ever stat zeroed yourself once with strength and lived through it. Hey, same here. It was actually, I believe, in this series on one of our characters. We ended up getting into a collapsed state for the entirety of our orb run, and it was terrifying. But we managed to make it out in one piece, and that's what really matters at the end of the day. Okay, but I'm going to preemptively heal. Man, I kind of want to strand this son of a gun instead of kill them, but we should be able to do enough damage. Okay, turns out +8 bow, pretty sick. Even when it isn't able to use its electric brand. Maybe I didn't need that ice bow at the end here, in the end rather, but... Oh, but wait, there's more. I kind of forgot about the plan I thought of upon picking up the bow and then immediately discarded in my brain. Let's head upstairs here for but a quick moment, and I would like to reassign an item here just for convenience sake. You, my friend, should be R. That way we can just R, R, Y. And this is the plan for the future. +9 is probably the max. It is indeed. Perfect. So now we have that available to us. Most things that are resistant to electricity, also probably resistant to cold, but man can dream. And I guess it's 1 enchantment rating higher, so that's something. Just use an earth move against electric. Yeah, no, see, there's my problem, is I never remember the type matchups well enough. Always have to look it up. Yours was Lahudib's moon base in the Wiz Lab. Oh wow, yeah. That's an interesting place. It makes sense with all the mutations going on there. Also, those un-ID'd scrolls are bothering you? Presume requirement already found? Yes, even though I should check what they are, because one of these is silence, which is potentially life-saving. So, you know what, let's, before I forget, identify, please. And there's one right here in depths 4, fantastic. Beat that son of a gun real quick. 2 scrolls of brand weapon. It's a bit of a shame. Oh wait, or is it? Hold up. Let's do it. Bow of Flaming is not too bad. Electrocution. Okay, DCSS. I see you. I see you. Storm bow, +9 bow of electrocution. That's a toughie. I'm assuming they're same. Otherwise, yeah, it is just a long bow underneath that fancy exterior. At the end of the day, it's not the be-all end-all of the run. As we proved against the lightning golem, we kind of do just put out enough damage with the storm bow to make it an alright replacement at the end of the day. Okie dokie, let's make sure that we're getting good shots with our piercing effect this time around. Perfect, there we go. That's how it always goes in rolling for brands, at least for you, Jazzy. I feel that for sure. Oh, geez Louise, we have fun here. But otherwise, this should pretty much be a breeze. Glad we ended up fighting our way through the first floor of Zot, saving our money for when it really matters in the future. Didn't get as much money as I would like, if I'm being honest with you, but that's fine. About Zot, I don't like the number of Zot traps currently surrounding us, and never a fan of Damnation, of course. Fortunately, kind of pierce our way through to you, which is a nice little advantage for us to eke out. Level 26, here I come, fantastic. And, okay, what the heck are you doing, friend? I don't know if this Draconian is okay. They're just kind of chilling, I guess. I mean, more power to you, don't get me wrong. Oh, maybe you were distracted by gold and I just wasn't paying attention. That would make a certain amount of sense. Also, okay, I see how it is. Let's just finish you off real quick with the Arc Blade. Fantastic. And there you are, my purple friend. Beautiful. Just down the stairs and get loose in arrows, I guess, at the end of the day. Wherever you've had better luck with them recently, you had several runs in a row that ended up with a vampiric broadaxe. Oh, you love to see it. That's always the dream, hey? With the cleave, it is just beautiful when you get that vamp broadaxe. I still need to have a run where I have the like +9 vamp broadaxe before I need my 3rd rune. And then I can do Vaults 5 with Potions of Attractions, because I hear that that's a lot of fun. Vamp and Electric don't feel the same they used to. You don't know if some things change. You actually had some insane damage with Spectral ones. Electric did change. It's like a 25% chance to proc, so it very much has gone even more so of like a niche, kind of way better on fast weapons than it is on mid to slow ones. Still incredible because of the general lack of electricity resistance amongst your enemies, but that one did change. Vamp, I'm not sure. And yeah, Spectral. I mean, who did we have recently? Was that just on a previous... definitely not Formicid. Previous character in this series, I think that we had a Spectral War Axe, and that did surprisingly well pretty far into the game, just because of the damage output you could get from 2 axes going at once. Ooh, what have we got here? Another +2 cloak. I kind of like, we got a good gold, red, and blue vibe going on in our outfit, so I think I'm happy with what we got. What a time to be marked. I mean, fortunately, we're right by the stairs, so it's actually kind of sick. And yes, I'd like to just take you kids upstairs real quick. Fantastic. And then I think we say goodbye to this stairwell temporarily, and let's check out somewhere else, shall we? Can even read ourselves a magic map in this time around. See, okay, there we go. That's a bigger Zot floor. That's a bit more the usual routine. I guess we don't have to do quite this much complete exploration. If we wanted, we could kind of skimp down, save all of our money just for Zot 5, essentially. Something to be said for that, for sure. Oh no. I don't mind getting a wee bit of extra cash flow before we head down. The bribe money goes real quick in Zot. Just the hit dice level of all the monsters you come across. Pretty much like 4 orbs of fire, and I think that's your entire bribe budget. Gone and dusted. Of course, if you get that many orbs of fire in your squad, you're probably doing alright, but still maybe something for us to keep in mind. Do you think I have the tools to clear Zot 1 through 4 without vibes? You'd think so, right? We're on a pretty solid run. I'm feeling pretty good. Amazing resistances, especially considering the fact that we don't have to swap between them. There she is. Hello, Orb of Fire. First Orb of Fire of the run. We have 2 pips of fire resistance, so that's not too bad. I probably do want to take a brief breather out here. Box of Beast real quick. Honestly, that should be enough. Do I go Thermic? I think I might go Thermic. Already up to +5. This way we can attack without hurting our friend, though. Okay. Elder Fire Ox, I appreciate the effort, the gumption. But also kind of problematic. I think I will actually dig through just so we can keep double teaming the Orb of Fire. Fantastic. Wonderful work, my friend. And Maxwell's Thermic Engine. It just works, baby. In fact, actually, switching back to that. Oh, we're attacking once per turn, so we're on our way. That's not too shabby. I might want to turn off everything else temporarily now that I think about it. Let's just get that Long Blades training as quickly as possible here. I know a lot of you don't love to see skills stuck at weird decimals, but I think I care more about keeping Adamant alive as long as I possibly can. So this is the one time where we're going to be a bit of a stick in the mud in that regard and just try to do our best. Purple Draconian steps up to us, and I think I might just leave. It's tempting to kill you. Let's just kill you first. Have some fun with it. And these kids could end up dealing more damage than I expected, but no, that's perfect. Not too shabby. And not too bad. You love to see it. Electricity resistance, still a little bit annoying, but nothing we can't handle. So we spam our way through, another +2 cloak. Again, I don't think I'm forgetting any egos that we'd want on the cloak. Besides, obviously, artifact cloak. If you could be so kind, DCSS, I wouldn't mind. I would see no problem with picking up an artifact cloak at this point. Also, though, I should almost definitely... Okay, I need to kill the Damnation Flinger first, then the Summoner. But what I realized is that I should definitely be reading my magic mapping scrolls. Whoopsie daisies. And before we get too lost in the sauce, let's head over to this lovely corridor here. And that should do it. Fantastic. And again, now before I forget, let's magically map the area. Fantastic. And let's see, now that we got rubbery counting, let's see how many orbs of fire we do end up coming across. I'm hoping that counter just sticks at 1 for the rest of the run. That'd be kind of nice, would it not? Wouldn't that just be swell? Just lovely. +10 Scimitar of Recklessness. Oh, I do like it, but unfortunately not for us today. No, thank you. And we definitely seem to be fairly decently kitted out in terms of the early Zot floors. I'm sure that we'll be ready to meet our maker in no time flat as things continue on, but for now, feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling husky. Well, oh wait, actually, hold up, take me back there real quick. I'm just going to read my magic mapping while we're here. That seems smart. And how are we looking? We got 1 stair here, and aha, this is what I was afraid of. 1 stair in the middle of this wide open area. I could see this being a truly nightmarish situation. But hey, no time like the present, eh? Hey, perfect. And that's the stairwell we wanted. Thank you kindly, DCSS. And should otherwise be looking pretty fantastic. Pretty solid here, all things considered. Again, take out the Damnation Flinger as soon as possible. There it is. Not too bad. Dig through the wall or that, right? It's whatever works. I guess we could have dug through the wall. I'm slightly paranoid about drainage after what happened on the previous character, but I think there was something to that. And there we go. Kill the Summoner before all their berserk summons got too far out of control. Jeez Louise.